Hey everybody, welcome. We're gonna do a love reading. I haven't recorded much. It was summer vacation, so the kids were home, didn't have much time, but they are back in school now. So I want to do a love reading. Now, before I recorded, I pulled in the energy that I want to pull on. I want to pull on the collective energy of the divine masculine for the divine feminine. And what I got when I was pulling in the energy was I heard, I don't want to get hurt. Then I heard, I'm scared. Run from me. Like, what? Wait, you don't want to get hurt. You're scared, but you want the feminine to run from you. That's confusing. That's confusing. So, what I get from that is this is somebody that knows that they sabotage. And then I was getting, they come in, they're gone, but then they're back. But each time they come back, they're a little stronger each time. So it's like they're going away to really work up the strength. And then they come back in and they feel like they have the strength. But then they're gone again. So I'm getting very twin flamey energy off of this, like the hot and cold, the in and out, the sabotaging, the not feeling worthy enough. Because that's what the problem is for the masculine, is they don't feel worthy enough. So they run. But they are worthy enough. Now for the feminines, the problem is the feminines know the masculine is worthy enough, so they start to chase and try to prove to the masculine that they're worthy enough, but that's actually the wrong move. That is the wrong move. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make this a full twin flame reading. Either twin flame or a very deep soul connection, because this is this is not something that you can just forget or just shake off or just whatever, they sucked and move on. If you try to do that, you still think about them. You can't forget them. So, in a bit of a pickle with this one. Oh yeah, I also wrote down hide and seek till the coast is clear. And that goes along with the stronger each time. It's like they hide and they wait till they have the strength, and then like when they feel like, okay, the coast is clear, now's a good time for me to like make a move, even if the feminine doesn't realize that's what I'm doing. It's time for me to make a move, even if it's subtle. But then they come in and I don't think it goes the way they want it to. Not necessarily it doesn't go the way they want it to. It's kind of like they thought they had more strength than they did, or they were hoping they had more strength than they did. They're trying to break that cycle of sabotage. The coming in and going out, like there's masculines that will do that in and out because they're playing a game. They don't really give a shit. You're just another one on the list. But this is not what I'm talking about, because when I started thinking like, oh well, are they playing a game? I heard clearly this isn't a fucking game. This isn't a fucking game. They're very serious when it comes to matters of the heart. They're very serious when it comes to the matters of other people's hearts as well. They don't fucking play around with that shit. I just heard that's bad juju. Like, that's bad karma. You don't do that. And then the last thing I wrote down before I start pulling cards that I want to bring up is, I wrote down everyone's lesson is different, but it's all the same. Because when I was thinking about this, I was thinking, oh, well, you know, some people might interpret this as, oh, this could be a twin flame or a deep soul connection, but it's just a fucking narcissist trying to play games with you, or, you know, a karmic. But the karmic serves a purpose. The karmic will put you through what you need to be put through in order for you to be what you need to be, in order to deserve, not to deserve, I don't want to use the word deserve, in order to be in alignment to come into union with a divine masculine. You can't be with a divine masculine if you're still chasing after karmics, you know, so you need the karmic. You need to go through those lessons, but you have to learn them. If you don't learn them, then you're just going to keep pulling in karmic after karmic after karmic. Now, I feel for the masculines, it's a little different. The divine masculines. I'm not talking about the karmic masculines. I'm talking about divine masculines. I feel for them, they go through karmics. I almost feel like they go through karmics until they meet the feminine. And then when they meet the feminine, it's just kind of like they don't even believe it at that point, or they just, even if they do, they just don't feel worthy at that point because of all the stuff they've been through with the karmics. The masculines do their healing when they connect with the divine feminine. The divine feminine does her healing in separation. You know, the divine feminine will do the healing after connecting with the karmic. They may meet the divine masculine when they're not fully ready for the divine masculine. That's where the chasing comes in. But they've been through enough where at some point they're going to snap out of the chasing and start doing the work they need to do. And then when they start doing the healing, that's when it starts to affect the masculine. The masculine starts doing the healing as well when they're in union with the feminine. Now, I'm not talking about union in a relationship. I'm just talking about union connecting in I want to say the 3D reality, not necessarily physical, because sometimes you're not connecting physically. You might just be messaging or talking on the phone or emailing or looking at each other's social medias or whatever it may be. But the point is some people that are watching this, you're connected to a karmic and you're dealing with some bullshit. But once you get through that, eventually then you get to where the people that are watching this are connecting with the divine masculine. Eventually the ones connecting with the karmics will be the ones connecting with the masculines. And if you want it in this lifetime, you could pay attention to who it is that you are connecting with. If it's a karmic, why are you connecting with that person? What lesson is that person being in your life trying to teach you? So it's like everyone's lesson is different, but it's all the same. We're all learning the same lessons, just at different times. So if you're connecting with the divine masculine, you've already learned a lot of lessons with the karmics. So you're further ahead on the timeline. If you're still dealing with a lot of karmics and you're trying to find the divine masculine, but you're ignoring all the lessons that you're supposed to learn from those karmics, you're further back on the timeline. Oh, my phone's saying storage is low. I hope this doesn't cut me off. I'm in the middle of the reading. All right, so everyone's lesson is different, but it's all the same. All timelines lead to the same place. We're all just on different points in the timeline. All right, now let's get this reading started. Okay. Oh. Look what flipped out of the deck. The shadow side. This is the devil card in the witch's deck. The devil. All right, let's pull. Temperance, Justice, and Six of Pentacles. Ooh. Look how enticing, alluring, like you just want to be near her. It's like you just have to be near her. How could you not fucking want to be near her? She feels like not just like a mother energy, but like Mother Earth itself. Like a steady ground, nurturing. She looks like she can like attract so much, but she also looks so peaceful. She doesn't look like she's putting on a show to get what she wants. She's just being. She's just existing. And I heard like, I wanted to say like in all her glory, but then I heard in all her love. In all her love, her essence, her beauty. She's just radiating that. That's what I mean when I'm talking about the divine feminine. It's, you know, if the divine feminine isn't scared to do the work is fucking ugly. Looking at your wounds and the pain. Those are some of the noises I make when I have to look at my shit. This is what attracts a divine masculine. I mean, it attracts all the masculines, even the wounded ones. But a wounded divine masculine has the ability to heal and be completely in their power. Someone that's not a divine masculine, they'll just make excuses. They'll stay who they are always. You know, maybe next lifetime or the lifetime after that. But this reading is definitely about divine counterparts for sure. I'm noticing this rabbit, and what I'm noticing about this rabbit, it's almost like I can feel like the warmth and softness of its fur. It's like this masculine doesn't even have to be near the feminine to know how soft and warm she is. Just knowing that this feminine exists makes them feel soft and warm inside. It's softening them up to heal those wounds from all the karmics from a lifetime of shit, you know? This Empress energy, this feminine, this Empress energy. Underneath that, we've got the Four of Cups. Yeah, this is the masculine, and the feminine is just sitting there like, nothing's happening right now. We're both feeling kind of bored. We both need something. We both want something. We both desire something. Why are we sitting here doing nothing? Doing nothing. Now, divine feminines, you know, we'll get in our head a little bit, but then we reset and we get back into our Empress energy. And we know that if we embody this, suddenly this masculine energy is going to put their hands down, loosen up, and pick up a cup. Little by little. Little by little. First they'll take a little sip. Then a little more. Then a little more. And then before you know it, they're going to want a refill. They're going to be like, is this free refills? Because that was delicious. All right, so this Empress energy is the justice. It's what brings things into balance. So feminines, even if you feel like you're just dealing with a karmic and you haven't really, if you're like, oh, maybe I haven't connected with a divine masculine, maybe I'm not a divine feminine, you are a divine feminine. You just need to get in the right mindset and do the divine feminine work, which is look at your shit. Are you dealing with a karmic? If you are, why? Figure it out. Bring yourself into balance. You have the power to do that. The feminines have the power to do that because we live in our feminine energy. Masculines need the feminine to help nurture them, to get them balanced. The masculines can still go out and work and do what they need to do in the physical, even if it's not like a job type of work. They're still gonna go out in the physical and do what they feel they need to do in their life, whether their emotions are and their feelings and their feminine energies good or not. They can go. Feminine energies will get stuck. We won't be able to move until we shift that energy. But we have the power to transmute that and shift it, and then we can help the masculine do that as well. And then what they're doing in the physical, they can then share with us and provide and protect. That's what the Six of Pentacles is here. That's why it's here. That's what it's about. It's about the feminine bringing things into balance, being the justice, being what's right. being what's right in the world. And then it's the ripple effect. It radiates out from your being to the people around you. And then the people around you that it isn't going to affect, they'll start vibrating out of your life. There may be a little friction and a little frustration, conflict, but eventually they'll go away once they realize you've brought balance into your life and you're staying balanced and this is justice. It's like when you go to court and justice is served, they're not like, oh, you know what, never mind, we're gonna let this murderer out of jail. Well, I mean, sometimes on a technicality. But you know what my point is. It's like once someone's sentenced, that's it. You're not sentenced unless you can file an appeal or prove something that justice wasn't served. But until then, the scales don't fucking tip until someone tips them. Now, if you're the divine feminine and you're in your Empress energy, you don't fucking let anyone tip those scales. No, we stay balanced. We stay balanced. We stay humble. We stay beautiful. That's what we do. That's what temperance is doing. Time, patience, gentleness, love, compassion. Allowing things to flow, allowing things to come in and go out. You meet a divine masculine, you meet a karmic, it doesn't fucking matter if they come in and they want to leave. Okay, well, you leave. That hurts. I'm going to deal with it. Take a breath in, let it the fuck out, and let it move on. And then more will come in. If you meet someone that you think is good for you and they don't fucking want you and they go, well, they've just made room for someone better for you than them to come in. If you start trying to cling on to them, it's going to create a problem. And if you can't have them, then you're in an energy where you're going to attract another situation just like that. So, remember, Empress energy. Feel like a fluffy, warm bunny. You know? Because if you feel like a fluffy, warm bunny, see, if you put a fluffy, warm bunny next to him, he's going to keep peeking at it, and then he's going to be like, that looks kind of safe. That looks, see how it's it's going in focus and out of focus. Like, they're like trying to see it good. And then when things come into focus and they can see that it's safe, then it's all good, you know? All right, let's pull some clarifiers for these cards. Temperance, Justice, and Six of Pentacles. Ooh, we've got Death, which is fucking awesome. I love death. All kinds of it. Even the real kind, because it's not really the end. Death is never the end, guys. Death is never the end. This is a long. When I was putting this down, I heard like long-term goal. Like when they finally come in and give, they don't want to like just give for a little bit. They want to give long term, but they're not. See, this is a knight here, not a king. You know, he's not on his throne yet. He's got to get there. He's got to get there. Oh, I put the deck down. I didn't even look until just now. Six of Cups. This is the past for both the feminine and the masculine. It's like bringing the justice, bringing the balance, moving forward from it. But before you move forward from it, we have to rewrite our history. We have to rewrite our past. It's like if we believe that we were abandoned. I mean, all right, for example, in childhood, if you had a parent that left, it leaves an abandonment wound. And we carry that energy with us. And then we keep attracting situations like that. And we keep being abandoned over and over, over and over. And we keep reliving that cycle over and over and over and over again until we break the cycle. But in order to fully break that cycle and not end up back in it, part of the healing work is going into the past. Oh shit, what's underneath this? The Hermit. Introspection, going inwards. Oh my God. And then the Tower is underneath that. It's like you look at the past and you see what's really there, and it blows your fucking mind because it's not really what you thought it was. It's like, you know, say your father left. Now, to you, as a child, you integrate that as your father didn't love you. You weren't good enough. So you have to go back into your past and look at who your father was. You know, like, was he an alcoholic? You know, why was he an alcoholic? What was his upbringing? What was his trauma? What was his wounds? It's not making excuses for them. It's understanding that they were wounded too. They weren't trying to wound you. It was not you. And being able to go in and rewrite your truth like that, you're rewriting the past. So then you're rewriting what's going to happen in the future. And the feminine energy has the power to get there and do this and understand this type of work before the masculines can. That's why it's so important for us feminines to do this fucking work. And then we can help the masculines by just being. By just being. We don't even have to do. Just by being. Just by existing. Ripple effect. And then the masculines start to pick up on it. Now, if they're not a divine masculine, they're not going to pick up on it, and they're going to use you and drain you for all your light and your love. But if it's a divine masculine, you're going to start seeing shifts in them. You're going to notice every time they come in and out, each time they come in, there's something's a little different. You can sense it. You can sense it. It's almost like you feel like there's something more they want to say that they're not saying. And it's not that they're hiding something bad. You know how, like, I mean, if you've never been cheated on, you know somebody, chances are you know somebody that's been cheated on, and it's like, you know that person wants to believe their significant other that they won't do it again. It's like, you want to believe it. But they're a fucking liar. If you did it once, you'll do it again. um, Now, if this is someone that each time they're coming back in and they're not, it's not about cheating. It's about they're scared. They're just scared. They're not. It's not them. Oh, they're trying to go find someone else. They're just trying not to hurt you, trying not to hurt themselves. You know, um, that's different than if. I forgot what my point was. I was doing a ramble. Shit, where was I going with that? I don't know. Anyways, let's just get back to the cards. Oh yeah, I was talking about, wasn't I talking about a divine masculine, not a divine masculine? Somebody that's not a divine masculine isn't going to look at their shit. They're not going to face it. They're not going to look at the truth of things. They're gonna keep creating whatever illusion they need to create. That's how narcissists work. It's not that they're bad people. It's just that the actual reality that everyone around them is living in is too much for them to I hate saying deal with, to internalize. Because if they internalize their world for what it is, then they realize that their whole life is a lie. Because a narcissist is programmed to create illusions in their world so they can feel okay with themselves. So for a narcissist to have a reality check of, at one point, no, it wasn't them, but at this point it is them, they need to live in the reality where it's not them and it's never them, because it's safer for them there. That's not a divine masculine. All right, let's get back to the reading. Because a divine masculine will transform. They will transmute. They will go through a death and they will rise again. They won't they won't run from death. They'll I don't mean physical death. I'm talking about completely changing their own reality. They won't run. They might hesitate. They might run from the feminine. They might run from the feminine, but to change their actual reality, they hesitate, but they're not running from that. When they run from the feminine, it's like they're running from themselves, because they don't feel worthy enough. But they want to change that reality. They want to end the sabotaging. They're trying to get the strength to do it. They're trying to learn how to release things. You know, when I was saying the ebb and flow, when I was talking about temperance, you know, things come in, but then you have to let them go out, you know, and if they're meant to stay, then they'll stay. And if they're meant to go out and come back, then they'll come back. The feminines are learning how to allow. And the masculines are learning how to do. But um it's weird. It's like I want to say the masculines are learning. It cut off. I gotta put the videos together. But what I was saying was the masculines are learning. They're learning. It's like the masculines are doing, you know, but they're learning how to do by being, through the feminines. It's like right now they're just so in their masculine, just doing that their wounds stay open because they're not nurturing their feminine energy. And then the feminines, like by example, show the masculines how to be in their feminine energy, how to allow, how to ebb and flow, how to transmute, you know, how to let something die, how to let something go and release it so things can flow. Ooh. I don't know, I feel like that information did something for somebody because I'm getting like a really like, oh, okay, I get it, okay. um, all right, now, pulling out of that energy, and let's go into the energy of justice and Eight of Wands. And let's remember, we've got the Six of Cups out at the bottom, you know, the past, and bringing justice to that, bringing balance to that by rewriting our history, moving forward with a balanced truth, not a false truth, a balanced truth. I had to pause it. There's so many it's like the kids aren't even here and there's still distractions. You would think adults could leave me alone, but they can't. They can't. What was I saying? You know, it irritates me when people bother me for things they don't really need to bother me for. And I say, is it important? And they say yes. And to them, they think it's important. But it's like, what I should be asking is it important to me? I mean, but then again, in their head, they, again, would be like, but it is important to you. It's like, no, this isn't. I'm busy right now. Oh, man. What were we talking about? Moving forward, balanced truth. Oh yeah, and then when I pulled the Knight of Pentacles out, it was like a long-term plan, dedicated to giving for the long term. Taking the time to get there because you want to make sure it's right. You want to make sure it's right. All right, now I'm going to switch decks because I'm going to pull on the feminine and I'm going to pull on the masculine, and we'll see what's going on here. We've got Temperance at the bottom of this deck. All right, let's pull on the feminines first. If you build it, they will come. And we've got the Knight of Pentacles again. Yeah, it takes time to build a solid foundation. Yeah, feminines, it's like just focus on yourself. If you build that solid foundation, like I said, if you build it, they will come. And then you guys work on a foundation together. You know, if you have a solid foundation, then it shows the masculine how to have that solid foundation, and then together you build a solid foundation together. Um, all right, let's Three of Pentacles. The Three of Wands with the Lovers at the bottom. With the Lovers at the bottom. Soon. Soon, soon, soon. If you build it, they will come. Because they're watching. You know, that's what this Three of Wands is. It's like they're watching you build it. And they want to follow. They want to follow. And underneath the Lovers, we have the Page of Cups. It's like they're waiting for the next opportunity to come in. They're inspired to by watching you. I have to show this again. Because it's like when they're standing on the edge waiting to make their move, what they're seeing in their eyes is this and the angel energy, you know, like the balance of it coming together. You guys have guides that are helping you, both of you, trying to get you guys to connect. And if it's not on a romantic level, it's just on like a soul level, where it's someone that's there for the rest of your life. Even if it's not a romantic partner, it's somebody that's like a friend you never had before. Like you can have friends, you can have best friends and be like, oh, I trust them with anything and everything. But like this person is someone that you can trust even more than those people. All right, let's pull on the masculine energy. Masculines. Ooh, 2 cards came out with them. Oh yeah. The pressure, the confusion. They're scared. They're fearful. It's a lot. It's heavy. It is heavy. It's heavy. It's weighing on them. And I switched them. I felt like the moon was supposed to be the moon, the not knowing, the fear, the things in their subconscious, their unconscious mind is, oh my God. Wow. It's creating so much pressure. Why? The 10 of Pentacles, the structure of their life. You're part of that 10 of Pentacles. You're part of that 10 of Pentacles, but it's like I said, each time they come in and they want this, they just don't know how to get that. They don't know how to get that. It's like trying to find something in the dark. It's difficult. It's difficult. Yeah, it makes them insecure because they are insecure. It's like a feedback loop. It's like their insecurity makes them insecure, so then they stay insecure. And we've got the Hanged Man at the bottom. But while they're just hanging around, they're trying to see things differently. And while they're just hanging around right on the edge, they're watching the feminine. They're watching the feminine build from the ground up. And that's what's inspiring them. That's what's inspiring them. That's what's lighting up around their head. It's the new perspective. It's starting to come into focus, and they're realizing that these beliefs that keep them sitting here doing nothing, it actually makes this pressure worse. It makes the pressure heavier. Like I'm hit like you know, like a tea kettle, like when the steam just starts like screeching, like whistling. That's what this feels like for them. They need a release, but the release is to change things. The release is to change things and do things differently, to let go. I'm looking at the death card, and this Four of Pentacles. It's like you gotta let go of this belief. It's like this new belief is dropping in. See how this belief is lit up? That's that's this. It's a new belief. It's dropping in. It's coming in, because what the one they're holding on to, it's keeping their heart blocked. It's keeping their heart blocked. And then the ones that are buried so deep within, they're dark. They're dark. And then that darkness holds them in place. They're going to let it go. Well, most of them. The divine masculines that I'm talking about, they're going to let it go. They're going to let it go. But they're only going to let it go because they're watching what the feminine's doing. They're watching what the feminine's doing. All right. I haven't done a twin flame reading, deep soul connection reading in a while. So finally did one. Awesome. I'm so excited. And I'm going to end it here because I got to go deal with people. But please let me know how this resonates with you. Comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and good luck, guys. Bye.